This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Madden.
Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins. A slight chance of rain in the forecast. Let's get right to it from meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We could use some rainfall around here. We certainly could. But, like you say, our chances are small today, but they're not negligible. So I would certainly be prepared to see one of those showers pop up. No severe weather anticipated, at least for us. Now, the southern tip of the state might see some stronger storms around it. We can't even rule out a thunderstorm around here. That's possible as well. If we got a thunderstorm, of course, the rainfall amount will be a little heavier under that. But mostly, I think we're looking at a chance of a little shower through the afternoon and maybe into the evening hours. Good news for the weekend, though. We'll talk about that in a few. 64 degrees, a popular number across the region. Generally, the winds are up just a little bit, kind of stirring things up, keeping us with a kind of even temperature regime. We'll look for increasing rain chances around the noontime hour, and by 2, we'll probably max it out at about 30 and hold it there through the afternoon. Daytime highs today, similar to yesterday when we hit mid-70s, and I think we'll do that again today. You'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few, crew.
All right, thanks so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning. Manatee County pretty quiet throughout the area. Looks like there is some buildup in State Road 70 near Lockwood Ridge Road. That's the only thing we're really seeing on the maps at 5:01 on this Thursday morning. Other than that, I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. As we head to that direction, looks like some congestion off of 41, but Fruitvale, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road all clear. And we head to South County, a little bit of congestion off of the I-75 onto 681 there. Other than that, no accidents to report on this Thursday morning. Topping our news, grief and disbelief on the Suncoast as locals react to that deadly attack in London less than 24 hours ago.
Our Rick Adams has local reaction.
I think it's just awful, and I don't know what is happening in this world anymore.
That's the reaction from Kathy Wilson after hearing the news about an attack near British Parliament in London on Wednesday that killed 5 people, including a police officer and the attacker, and injured around 40 people. Wilson is with the British Corner Shop in Sarasota, so she feels an especially strong connection to England.
When you think of all the people, the poor people that are over there, just going about their day-to-day life, and all of a sudden it's like you just have no idea when, a madman or woman is going to strike.
For 4 and 20 pasty company owner Barbara Posner, this attack really hits close to home. She was born and raised in Westminster, England, not too far from where this attack took place.
Devastated, worried. This seems to be an ongoing situation in the world, and we worry very sad for the victims, very worried about the family left in London.
The attacker rammed a car into crowds of people before stabbing a police officer. The attack and the carnage left behind shocked John Thomas, who is originally from Wales, England.
It's just such madness. The world's gone mad, and you barely want to read a newspaper or even watch your wonderful television because it's full of horror.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And we'll have much more on the investigation next half hour at 5:30.
And to stay up to date on the latest developing and breaking news this morning, make sure you download our My Suncoast app. It'll keep you informed with all major global events like this one, as well as events happening right here on the Suncoast. This morning, we have a follow-up on the Punta Gorda police officer who fatally shot a woman during a citizen training academy.
Lee Cowell wants his job back now. The department fired him last week in the wake of last summer's incident. He had been on paid leave. He's facing a charge of manslaughter after fatally shooting Mary Knowlton during a citizens training demonstration at the police station last August. He meant to load blanks, but instead he loaded live ammunition.
In Northport, the chief of police and city manager are both planning to leave their positions. Chief Kevin Vespia making that announcement in an email earlier this week. He's retiring after 7 years in the top spot. Meanwhile, Northport's city manager is also getting ready to leave his position, putting the city commission responsible for hiring a new city manager. That new city manager will then hire a new police chief. Both of those positions require a national search for candidates, but Chief Vespia says it's time for him to move on.
This decision is personal. It's my decision because it's best for me. It's best for me, my wife, and my family. This is not something that I just arbitrarily woke up one morning and said, I think I'll retire.
Chief Vespia will remain on the job for the next year as he's not slated to leave until March of 2018.
Like a time of transition right now in Northport.
Definitely.
A mixed verdict on plans for a development around the Meadows on 17th Street.
Commissioners heard from the public on a rezoning proposal. That project will be broken down into 4 sections. Commissioners have approved parcels 3 and 4, denied parcel 2, and will continue the hearing on parcel 1 on June 7th. The first consists of a 13-acre area proposed for expansions at the Aviva Senior Life Living Facility to construct 85 additional independent living units. The remaining 3 are for the Meadows community to upgrade the aging infrastructure, which includes the construction of a new country club and 180 additional units.
Well, plans are more clear now about improvements for the Jacaranda roundabout in Venice. The state says in the coming days, they'll begin to make improvements that should make it safer there. Total cost, about $1 million. FDOT joined Sarasota County this week for a meeting in Venice and described the upgrades.
We're kind of making it a little bit smaller. We're adding a lot more striping. The angles and the directions that people enter the roundabout are being changed. The speed limit will be reduced. There'll be a lot more pavement markings, crosswalks.
The information they're providing today is extremely helpful. It'll get people used to what are the correct procedures for going through a roundabout.
And the roundabout improvements should be complete in a few months.
The Sarasota County School District naming Laura Kingsley as Assistant Superintendent and Chief Academic Officer. Superintendent Todd Bowden made that announcement earlier this week. It'll go into effect today and will become permanent pending a formal approval by the school board on April 4th. Kingsley was named Sarasota County Principal of the Year back in 2012. In the past, she has served as principal of Fruitville Elementary School, assistant principal of Emma E. Booker, and assistant principal of Laurel Nokomis Schools. Now, on his choice, Bowden says in her career as a teacher, principal, and district administrator, she has always found innovative ways to ensure that all children reach their full potential throughout their academic careers. Sarasota County also releasing its school budget for the coming year, and it includes money for hundreds of new employees and pay raises. Superintendent Todd Bowden's proposal is an increase of 4% over last year's nearly $422 million budget. Now it includes restoring over 500 staff positions eliminated since 2008. That budget also factors in a possible 1.5% salary increase starting next year. Over 20 administrative positions will also be added, most of which being new assistant principals. That final budget will be adopted in July.
Plans are moving forward now on a bike trail from Pinellas County all the way south to Collier County. It'll be called the Gulf Coast Trail. Sarasota County is in negotiations to buy a piece of the Seminole Gulf Railway that would extend the Legacy Trail into downtown Sarasota. The larger plan connects 5 existing trails into one 300-mile network. A hearing on the project is scheduled in Sarasota County for March 30th. Also in Sarasota County, new bike repair stations are on track. The county installed 5 of the stations at the Osprey Junction Trailhead and at the Central Sarasota Parkway Rest Station. Plus, they have 6 more planned at various locations as well. You can fix a flat tire, adjust your brakes, and also pump up tires as well.
Happening today, a wellness program on the Suncoast is getting an expansion. The Jewish Family and Children's Service of the Suncoast and the Sarasota Memorial Healthcare System announcing it will expand their services to people affected by cancer in our community. The program is free and designed to combat the harsh side effects of cancer and also promote personal wellness. Today, officials will be joined by local cancer patients and survivors to talk about the upcoming progress and also to host a free therapeutic yoga class for patients. That all starts at 10:15 this morning at the Sarasota Memorial Health Fit building. And a new food pantry opening at the Newtown Boys and Girls Club. The Morgan Stanley Sarasota office donated $50,000 to make that project possible and now will host volunteers at the new pantry for its opening. That new pantry is aimed at providing food to families when parents are picking up their children after work, in hopes of making it a little easier for those in need. The pantry opens today at 4:30. This week, a military veteran and his pregnant wife are settling into their new mortgage-free home in Inglewood.
Brian Bentley and his wife Stephanie checked out their new home on Roseanne Place. Wells Fargo and the Military Warriors Support Foundation gave the couple the home as a thank you for his service. He served with the Army National Guard. He was deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and during a volunteer deployment to Afghanistan, he was injured during an ambush. Now that he's out of the Army, he is excited to start a family in a brand new home.
Just to be able to have this taken care of right before we're about to have our first child is just words can't express the gratitude, and it's a little overwhelming feelings, but I'm sure it's going to take a little time to, sink in.
Since 2012, Wells Fargo has given more than 300 homes to veterans in all 50 states.
I actually tweeted at them yesterday, tweeted the story about this veteran yesterday, and they said it's an honor to be able to provide that to some veterans here on the Suncoast.
Yeah,
so.
Great thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for Wells Fargo to do.
Yes.
We have some very changing weather as we head into the afternoon. A chance of rainfall, which we could use, and we'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Well, still ahead, an amazing rescue for one young woman who was stranded in the desert.
And later in the hour, new details on a missing teenager from Tennessee, what officials have now discovered about her alleged kidnapper and teacher. Stay with us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstrop Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 800-303-9048. 800-303-9048.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small.
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we have a front heading toward us, but this is a weak front. It's called a backdoor cold front, and the reason is, if you think of the state of Florida as your home, which I'm sure most of us do, we are looking at that front coming at us through the back door, not the front door. Usually they come at us from the west. This one is coming at us from the northeast, so it's kind of coming from around the corner. Generally speaking, fronts like that tend to be a little bit weaker and not quite as weather-producing as other fronts might be. So this one has already moved down the state just a little bit, and you can see really the temperature profile, not all that difference in front of the front as opposed to behind the front. We've got 66 in Tampa, we've got 64 in Tallahassee, 63 in Jacksonville, even a 68 at Daytona Beach. So, you know, what kind of effect is this front going to have on us if it doesn't lower our temperature? It'll dry us out a little bit as we head into the weekend. It'll lower our dew points. We've been mentioning how the dew points have been rising. The moisture has kind of been returning to the Suncoast. Well, that'll change a little bit as we head into Friday into Saturday. 62 degrees Sarasota, Mayaca at 62, 63 Arcadia, 64 Northport, 66 Venice, and 63 in Bradenton. The temperatures and dew points are pretty close together right now. In fact, they're identical, giving us 100% relative humidity, but winds should start to pick up just a little bit. And I really don't see fog as being a big issue, but there could be some patchy fog around today. North-northeast coming in at about 3. So, good news again today on the red tide issue. We did have an onshore wind flow yesterday, but still Mote Marine spotters indicate that all of our area beaches are not reporting any significant amounts of red tide irritant in the air. So that's good news. Plus the midweek report kind of showed that the amount of red tide in the water was not all that great. So it's reducing. So that's good news, great news. Now, aloft, the water vapor imagery showing you those swirls and motions in the atmosphere where the dry air is, where it is not, is showing a retreat of that tan colorization, which means that the dry air that we have had in place is being replaced now by a little bit of moisture aloft. And there's drier air back behind the next front, and that will be headed our way, but not until probably the weekend. So there's our frontal boundary. You can see those clouds generally sinking southward. You're going to get that feel from the satellite image. That's due to the frontal boundary moving south. And as it does that, it triggers off a shower or two. Most of the deep south is fine. If you're traveling this morning, Atlanta Airport, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte are all fine, those airport hubs. But we do have some storms out in Atlantic waters that are significant, even showing some signs of rotating updrafts. Now, it does not mean tornadoes. Tornadoes, severe weather, not in our forecast today. It just means these are pretty significantly good storms. They'll tend to weaken as they get closer to us. We might kind of eke out a thunderstorm in our neck of the woods, maybe, but if we do, it'll be a rarity. More than likely, we'll just get standard showers and only a few of those. Rainfall futurecast not showing much in the way of a severe weather threat for the state of Florida. If we looked anywhere for a severe threat, it would be in the southern tip of the state where the colorization is a little darker in color, the darker green. Otherwise, rainfall amounts, you know, we'll take what we can get. We're down about 2 inches for the year and about ½ an inch for the month. So we're looking at the heaviest of the rainfall down to the south. Some places around here won't get any at all. And if you get a ½ an inch rainfall, it'll be under probably a thunderstorm. Most of us will see rainfall measured in the hundredths or tenths of an inch if we get any. So the forecast shaping up like this. Today, about a 30% chance of rain, followed by a breezier wind tomorrow. Temperatures not falling all that much. In fact, after the front moves through, we'll probably see our temperatures rise because we'll get a little bit more sunshine. But it will be drier and less humid. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. You'll see a little slowdown there on US 301 heading northbound into downtown Bradenton. Otherwise, quiet right now. And again, school is off this week in the Manatee County School District. A little farther south, let's check into Sarasota County. A little slowdown again on 301 around Fruitville. Shouldn't be too much of a delay there right now at this hour of the day. And then farther south, we'll see pretty smooth sailing, except a little slowdown there around between Nokomis and Venice. Otherwise smooth at 5:19 on this Thursday morning.
All right, crazy story here. It's the stuff that movies are made of. Stranded near the Grand Canyon, out of gas, no GPS, no cell service, alone for 5 days.
But this survival story was all too real for a 24-year-old hiker from Texas who was determined to be found. Melissa Blasius has the story.
The DPS air rescue crew didn't know who or what they'd find in a remote part of the Havasupai Reservation Friday until a glimmer caught their eye.
There's nothing out there, so let's go fly towards that glare.
As they closed in, a vehicle and a message.
She used some rocks, white rocks, and spelled out help. You're thinking like, yeah, we found her, you know, we found the people, and they're going to come running out and hands up in the air, and that didn't happen.
No sign of life yet, but another sign, saying the stranded woman had walked east on the road trying to get a cell signal.
That's when part 2 of the rescue began, the helicopter back up in the air to try to find where this woman had walked off to.
Finally, they spotted her and landed again.
Said, "Hi, did you call?" And she kind of gave me a real big bear hug.
Remarkably, after 5 days stranded, she still had a little food and water left.
Initially, when I asked her, I go, "Do you want to go to the hospital?" She said, "No, not really." I said, "Do you think you need to go to the hospital?" She goes, "Well, yeah, I probably should."
I think she did everything she needed to survive and to get out of there.
The woman, Amber Van Heck, writing about her ordeal on her Facebook page, saying she's recovering well and "I got to cross riding in a helicopter off my bucket list."
A helpless feeling for her.
Wow. Well, this morning we're also hearing from the young woman involved in that.
In an interview with ABC, she is thankful for her rescue and says there was a point that she almost lost hope. Take a listen to this.
I felt very disconnected from just everything and everyone, and I was like, is there even a search out? At some point that question crossed my mind.
I bet. She also kept a video diary of her ordeal in the desert, and she shared it with ABC's Good Morning America. That exclusive video and the rest of her story will be on today at 7 o'clock.
Wow, I definitely want to watch that. That is crazy. Yeah. I can only imagine how scary of a situation that must have been for her.
Helpless feeling.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, an easier way to purchase movies and watch them on the go. What app feature Walmart is releasing to help you enjoy your favorites online.
And at 5:30, Starbucks creating thousands of new jobs. We'll tell you where after this.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need
the Debt Ninja. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, you could be facing wage garnishments, levies, liens, property seizure, cancellation of business license, closure of business. The Debt Ninja fights your IRS debt. That's why you need the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja has found the best companies in the country who are on your side to fight debt. Want to learn if you qualify for the IRS Financial Hardship Program? Stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. Even if your bank account has been seized, if you have undeclared taxes, if you have existing IRS debt, it's not too late to call, so grab your phone now. Call the Debt Ninja at 800-945-0083. That's 800-945-0083. Settle your IRS debt to get the power of the Debt Ninja. Dial this number now, 800-945-0083.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Welcome back, 524. Slight chance of rain today. John has details coming up.
Well, there's a new way to broadcast by using Facebook Live.
ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have the story.
In today's Tech Bites, live from your PC.
That's right, Facebook Live, and we're on Facebook Live right now. It's now available not just on mobile devices, but on desktop and laptop computers. Now, it's been available for professional pages for a while, but now all will have access.
Facebook especially looking to encourage gamers to live stream their play on the social network. Walmart video streaming service Vudu will now allow users to convert DVDs into digital copies watchable on smartphones and tablets.
You can scan the barcode on a DVD or a Blu-ray disc, then you gain access to the movie through the app streaming service. And get ready for some new emojis. The company behind the messages that have released dozens of contenders for the next batch. Well, they include a mermaid, T-Rex, chopsticks, even a cricket. The new list will be released in June.
And where do I go to watch your Facebook?
I don't know. I might still be live. I'm not really sure how to use it.
Those are
your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites. Brought to you by Walgreens.
Walgreens believes the right look is whatever makes you feel beautiful. Wear that shade, wear that shade, throw shade. Nice. No makeup Monday or definitely makeup, it's Monday. Go natural, go big, go bold. Ladies, don't let anybody tell you what makes you beautiful. At Walgreens, we've got the beauty products to help you be you. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Now buy 2 cosmetics or nail products and get the 3rd free in stores and online.
Daddy! Trapped by your unrelenting nasal allergies? Try Clarispray. Clarispray provides unsurpassed relief. It's 24-hour non-drowsy and prescription strength. Free yourself with Clarispray from the makers of Claritin.
My trainer didn't believe me that Trop 50 could taste so good and still have 50% fewer calories.
Can I stop, Jane?
No.
Trop 50 tastes so good you won't believe it has 50% fewer calories.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency.
We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstrom Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, arrest in London after a terror attack kills 4 and leaves nearly 30 others injured.
And today is the day for a big vote on Capitol Hill. Will President Trump's new health care plan have enough votes to pass?
Plus, mayors across the state are speaking up their message to Floridians and state lawmakers.
live from the ABC 7 studios. This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back and thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Got a little tickle in my throat there for a second.
You want to tell them why?
My lip gloss got stuck in my mouth.
I've never had that happen to me.
Hey, it happens to women.
John, ever have that happen to you at all?
Hate it when that happens.
I knew it.
The struggle.
I suspected.
Ah, you'd think they would make a non-choking lip gloss. They can send a man to the moon,
That's right.
but they can't make a non-choking lip gloss.
What kind of world do we live in these days?
I know.
It's a crazy world. Well,
Thanks
it's a
for
world
working
with a
with me.
chance of rain. That's good news.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'll do something for us today anyway. We could use a little rainfall around here, and we have a slight chance of seeing some. My confidence is pretty good that we'll get 1 or 2 showers around here today. It's not going to be a rain out by any stretch of the imagination. The rains won't come until later in the afternoon. In fact, we'll start off the day with a fair amount of sunshine, but it'll be coming, and you can kind of feel it by the amount of moisture, the humidity that's increasing across the region over the last 48 hours, 24 hours anyway. 64 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Parish, Bradenton coming in at 63, 62, Sarasota. 64 in Northport, Inglewood, the same, so's Venice. Day planner calls for increasing rain chances through the noontime hour into the mid-afternoon. And that 30% chance by mid-afternoon will probably hold there through the remainder of the afternoon into the evening hours, clearing a little bit as we head into tomorrow. Complete forecast details coming up in a few.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning. Looks like there is some congestion both east and west on State Road 70. 301, though, looking good. Also some congestion in South Bradenton towards Cortez and 41. I-75 looking good as you head into Sarasota County. No traffic in both Manatee and Sarasota counties on I-75. Fruitville and Bee Ridge seeing a little bit of congestion, as well as 41 towards North Sarasota. As we head into South County, you can see a little bit of congestion off of 681 off I-75 on that bypass. Other than that, no accidents to report on this Thursday morning. Topping our news this half hour, a deadly terror attack in the heart of London. Thousands mourning as a new day is underway in an investigation.
Parliament is open right now. The surrounding area remains a crime scene. This is a live look at London right now, where it's 10:32 a.m. It might look peaceful from a distance, but don't be fooled. Hundreds of law enforcement officers are scrambling to pin down the attacker's identity and his motive. ABC's Molly Hunter has the latest.
This morning, the cleanup begins. Investigators still on the scene as the sun rises over London. Yesterday, chaos as a knife-wielding terrorist went on a rampage, using his car to mow down dozens of pedestrians on the city's famed Westminster Bridge. One woman falling into the water after being hit. She was later pulled from the River Thames with severe injuries.
There was bodies, literally.
Must have been about 10 bodies.
10, 12 bodies.
The driver then crashing his vehicle into the gates outside Parliament.
Then I see that one car smashed to the wall, and just people started running all over.
The attacker, armed with a knife, ran to Parliament, where he fatally stabbed police officer Keith Palmer. One minister, Tobias Elwood, his face bloodied, performed mouth-to-mouth, trying to save that officer. Police later ending the rampage, shooting the attacker. These images show one officer seeming to point his gun at the suspect with what appears to be a knife under the officer's foot. The suspect is loaded onto an ambulance but later died. The British Parliament was on lockdown for several hours.
This house is now suspended, but please wait here.
Outside, the bridge brought to a standstill as bystanders and first responders rushed to help the victims. Britain's Prime Minister calling the attack sick and depraved.
We will all move forward together, never giving in to terror, and never allowing the voices of hate and evil to drive us apart.
And this morning, those injured remain in the hospital, and here in the city, life is back to normal again, and Parliament is back in session. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
Now, a press conference with the latest details was held about an hour ago. We're now hearing 7 people have been arrested in connection with that attack.
Detectives say the suspect was inspired by international terrorism. So far, the attack has killed 4 people, injured 29, 7 of them in critical condition.
In other national headlines this morning, a 15-year-old student from Tennessee has been missing for 2 days. And now authorities are desperately searching for her teacher, who they believe may have abducted her.
Police say just days after this picture was taken of Elizabeth Thomas and her teacher Tad Cummings, There was an alleged incident at the school. In fact, Cummings was suspended for having an inappropriate relationship. Police say he then fled with the girl. Now police are revealing more details. Cummings began researching teen marriage online, specifically the age of consent. Now, if law enforcement could track certain features on his Nissan Rouge, and if his SUV was good for camping. This morning, Thomas left. Her sister says Elizabeth woke up saying, "If I'm not back by 6, you need to call the cops." That was 9 days ago, but police and Thomas's relatives are not giving up.
Our message to Elizabeth is, we're still coming for you.
Bring her back to us. We just cannot handle a day without her anymore. It's really hard.
The last clue about the pair's location, a cell phone ping across state lines in Decatur, Alabama from the day they vanished. But since then, there has been no credible sightings of the couple.
Almost a year after the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, now some of the survivors are filing a lawsuit claiming the massacre could have been prevented. Omar Mateen gunned down 49 people at a gay nightclub last June in the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Now, more than 50 survivors and family members of the shooting have filed a lawsuit saying both Mateen's employer and his wife were aware of Mateen's mental instability. Noor Salman, his wife, was arrested earlier this year and pleaded not guilty to aiding her husband in the massacre. Meanwhile, she's currently awaiting trial.
And now to Capitol Hill, where suspense is building about whether the president's health care plan has enough votes to pass. The latest from Janae Norman.
It's do or die for the Republicans' American Health Care Act, the bill that could undo Obamacare, but appears to be already clinging to life support.
The opposition is still strong. They don't have the votes to pass this.
It's not going to pass as it stands right now unless they make major changes to it.
The original version of the bill would leave 24 million fewer Americans insured over the next decade, and some older Americans spending thousands of dollars more a year in premiums.
Despite the desperate last-minute so-called tweaks and modifications, Trump Care will still cause the American people to pay more for less care.
With all Democrats expected to vote no, Republicans can only afford to lose 21 votes to pass the bill. But the numbers aren't quite on their side.
Should the House delay the vote? I think they're going to have to. They don't have the votes.
Some Republicans have had a change of heart. Congressman Lou Barletta negotiated a yes vote in exchange for the president's promise to support one of his legislative priorities.
And I knew if I held out long enough, eventually,
you get what you want.
Eventually, they'd send the big guy in to close the deal.
But the last count by ABC News has at least 28 Republicans saying they will oppose the bill as it stands, plus a number of moderates and conservatives still on the fence, threatening to land a major blow to President Trump on his first big legislative push.
There's Plan A and Plan A. We're going to get this done.
It's already anticipated votes on the bill could go late into the evening, and even if it passes, some Republicans have said the bill would be dead on arrival in the Senate. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
In political news here in Florida, 24 mayors from across the state came together at the Capitol this week. They're asking Florida lawmakers to stop telling them how to do their jobs. The Florida League of Mayors says this comes as a response to too many directives from Tallahassee that do not allow for decisions to be made by locally elected officials.
If we don't have the authority to solve those problems, then we're not doing our job. And how can somebody in Tallahassee tell us that we don't know what's best for our own community?
During the 2017 session, a host of bills are being considered, which give the state exclusive rule over a given issue and bars local governments from going beyond state law. In consumer news this morning, Starbucks expanding its crew.
I'll say 68,000 new jobs in the next few years, 240,000 jobs worldwide. The announcement comes as Starbucks is heavily focused on growing its business abroad in a big way. It's currently opening 1 store per day in China, and Starbucks recently entered the Italian market as well. The coffee chain plans to add 12,000 new stores worldwide in the next 4 years. Now, I'm sorry, I love coffee as much as the next person, but it's sort of an emperor's wardrobe thing. Is the Starbucks coffee really that different than anything else?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
actually,
weigh in on
I kind of love my coffee, and
From
got
Starbucks.
into roasting and that kind of thing for a while. And they're actually cornering a lot of the market by the volume of coffees that they buy. So they're getting a lot of the world's best coffees, while lots of other people are kind of scrambling to find their sources. So
Makes
they're actually changing the
capitalizing.
environment. I wonder how the Italians are dealing with that over there.
True.
They take their coffee pretty
Right, very
seriously.
seriously.
Good point. That's right.
Interesting. So we have some changing weather today. Chance of rainfall. That's good. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, well, still ahead, we all know sometimes social media can stress us out, but when should we take a break? We'll have that next in your Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So temperatures across the state are looking pretty uniform. You've got 67 degrees in Miami, 73 in Melbourne, 66 in Tampa, 63 in Jacksonville, 68 in Daytona, and you go over into the Panhandle and 67 in Pensacola. So there's not a big temperature range here, not a 20-degree drop anywhere that we can see. Even though a cold front has already started to snake its way into parts of northern Florida. So this front obviously is not going to bring us a blast of cold air. It's not one of those. but it will lower our dew points a little bit, dry us out as we head into the weekend. 63 degrees Mayaca, Arcadia, 64, Wauchula, 63, Parrish, 62, Bradenton, Sarasota, the same, Northport at 65, and Venice at 66. We have higher dew points. We have had yesterday and today, as our winds yesterday shifted a little bit more to a westerly direction. Now they're north-northeast at about 3, 62 degrees the air temperature, dew point the same. Patchy fog, a possibility this morning, but wind speeds I think will start picking up, and I don't think we'll have that problem tomorrow. We're watching the very, very dry air indicated by the tan contours fade away. It's being replaced by the little bit more moist air from the north. We've had that air kind of snaking its way in for several days now. And one of the things the front will do, besides help to replace that more moist air with a little bit drier air as we head into the second half of the weekend, will be to provide a little lift in the atmosphere. And with that little bit of lift will allow for some showers to develop. We've got some pretty good ones building over on the other coast now. In fact, some of them may contain some hail, as one thing the front will do will provide some cooler air aloft, not necessarily at the surface, but aloft, and that will allow for the formation of some of these storms to produce hail. Quiet across most of the deep south, not really seeing any kind of issues at any of the airport hubs that service us. We are watching some markers here on our radar returns from the East Coast showing some hail in progress from some of these storms. And it's possible that a thunderstorm or two could snake its way into our area later today. My confidence is pretty high in seeing a few scattered showers around later today. My confidence is pretty low in seeing any kind of appreciable rainfall totals. So I think if you're looking for rougher weather or bigger storms, you've got to travel west today. And this will gradually be drifting to the east. This zone here that you see in the yellow of higher potential for severe weather will be moving into areas of Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. So if you're traveling, watch out for that. Otherwise, for the state of Florida, you know, maybe there's a slight chance at some gusty winds and hail down in the southern tip of the state. Not so much here locally. Locally, we have a chance of seeing mostly just some rain showers. Some of us might not see anything at all. Coverage only of about 30% or so. And again, most of us are going to see rainfall totals that'll probably be in the, well, certainly less than ½ inch, probably less than ¼ inch, if you see any at all. If you do, you should feel lucky because we're down on our rainfall totals and we sure could use some. So 30% chance of showers today, then breezier tomorrow as that drier air begins to move in. The weekend looks to be absolutely spectacular with mild temperatures and lower humidity. Back to you, folks.
All right, thank you, John. Checking the traffic right now. State Road 70 busy right now between 301 and I-75. Real busy road there, no question about it. Farther south into Sarasota County, little problem there we see at the very northern part of your screen there. In fact, we can't really read it anymore on our monitor anyway. It looks like it's up by, oh, there it is. Okay, Talavas Road at 301. That's just north of University, so avoid that now if you can. Otherwise in Sarasota, no problems. Farther south in the South County area, little problem there at the bend at 41 northbound in South Venice. Otherwise, good to go at 548. In HealthSmart, opinions, politics, sarcasm, all fair game on social media. But when is the right time to say enough is enough?
That's right. Doctors say people post things on social media that they wouldn't likely say out loud. We've all seen that before because our brains behave differently when we're not in the physical presence of others. Also, when you're talking to a group of people face to face, if there's one person in that group who you know has a different political view or is offended by certain things, your brain tends to filter that information out in an effort to protect that person and also protect yourself. However, experts say when you go on social media, you don't always know who your audience is. Sometimes leading posts can cause distress, impacting our real-life relationships.
When you're creating a post in a room where there's nobody else there, your filters are off. You're not worried about offending anybody. You just say what you want to say. And even though you're directing it to a wide variety of people, each reader takes it personally.
Doctors suggest if you know social media posts are causing you stress, take a break, put your phone down somewhere else where you can't get to it easily so that way you can alleviate some of that stress.
This has been a real busy time for this with the political season, of course.
Exactly.
People go on Facebook and they give their opinions as if they're facts.
Exactly. I think social media needs to take it down a little bit, not post so many political views on things like that. So many people can be affected by that. Everybody has a different opinion.
I know, you'd think so. All right, 5:50. This morning's Dream 18 takes us to Port Charlotte.
ABC 7's Scott Dennis brings us to visit the popular Kingsgate Golf Club to play the Course Challenge's finishing hole.
What a beautiful day we have here in Port Charlotte at Kingsgate Golf Club. Michael Williamson, the head professional and general manager out here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thanks for having us. And describe, we're on the 18th finishing hole.
Yes, we're at 18 here at Kingsgate Golf Club, 273-yard par 4. Slight dog leg right, got water going down the right-hand side, got a large bunker on the right-hand side that wraps around the back of the green, and then there's a large undulating green. Definitely you can birdie here, but 4 is still a good score.
Yeah. All right, let's give it a try.
Okay.
We'll play that one. All right. So I'm in okay shape here.
You're in okay shape here.
Nice angle into the pin, don't
Nice angle into the pin, so I would suggest you just hit a club you're comfortable with. Pins in the front. You definitely don't want to go long.
Right.
So I would, try to hit something that's going to check up on the green.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Get down.
Come on, roll down, catch that slope.
No, not enough. Oh well. Come on, pick up some speed. Get down there. Well, I had the line.
I had the line.
It's not enough. Let's finish this thing. Good roll. Well, I made the hole an adventure. But thanks for having us out here.
Yes.
Tell us about how can people play the course or come out and
we're open to the public.
Yeah.
You can make tee time seven days in advance. Anyone's welcome to come out and play. We also have a full service restaurant that's open 7 days a week. We also have a very large banquet facility here at Kingsgate. So we have a lot to offer and a lot going on.
That's awesome. Michael, thanks for having us out.
Thank you very much for coming.
We'll see you next time on the Dream 18.
Busy day in the news. We'll update local news headlines after this. Stay with us.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstrop Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
You know, things can happen in an instant. We never expected Brady to be in an accident. And if he didn't have blood donors, he wouldn't be here.
To Suncoast blood donors and everybody in this community, I'd say thank you. You know, I'm gonna pay it forward.
Welcome back, 5:56 on this Thursday. We're following some top stories for you this morning.
People across the globe and right here in the Suncoast are awaiting more details about the situation after a terror attack in London that killed 4, injured 29, 7 of them in critical condition. Back in this area in Punta Gorda, a former police officer charged in a fatal shooting at a citizens training academy is requesting his job back. He is charged with manslaughter. A mixed verdict for a 77-acre plan near the Meadows on 17th Street in Sarasota County. Some parts approved and others were not.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more local news and weather.